Another bitter cold day and a loss that boiled over into a brawl.
What happened out there with the fight and all of that broke out?
I'm not sure, to be honest. Just protecting my teammates.
I just saw my brothers out there, and I'm gonna have my brothers back in every situation. So
Another loss, more injuries, and more questions than answers.
It's a very physical job description, and I think our guys were up for the task, but they made the plays to win the game. So
They battled toe-to-toe for most of the game until it fell apart in a flash.
it don't matter, it's an up season, a down season, whatever that is. All you can do is just take advantage of the opportunity in front of you. And we're gonna make sure we do that every chance we get.
Moving forward in playing the last two games, what are keys in trying to finish strong? Because the team has stayed together.
Yeah, we just, we feel like the fans deserve, us to come out and fight. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to come out and fight, and we're going to put our best foot forward, and we're going to try to get a couple wins for them.
Just 2 more games remain, and now it's the Cowboys on Christmas Day. There's a lot to unravel this week on Tony McGee's Pro Football Plus.
The man is back, y'all. We're back. Call your mama, call your daddy. We're back and we're back. We're back. Tony McGee's back, y'all. We're back. Tony McGee. Come on. Tony McGee, Pro Football Plus. Tony McGee, Pro Football Plus. Tony McGee, Pro Football Plus. Tony McGee.
People don't know the real story of what happened.
It was an unbelievable series of events and an unbelievable time.
Their championship was taken away from them in 1969. We are living in their championship now.
50-some years later, good is coming from it. They are impacting state after state after state after state.
And we're going to show the world how to love.
Crystal City Sports Pub, located in the heart of National Landing, is ranked one of the top 20 sports bars in the country. We are open 365 days a year. Crystal City Sports Pub, with its laid-back atmosphere, is the place to be. We offer 3 levels, over 100 TVs, an 18-foot video wall, pool tables, 3 full bars featuring 11 beers on tap, an extensive menu, and super friendly staff. We offer on- and off-site catering and ample space to host private parties and gatherings. Come experience Crystal City Sports Pub. It is the place to be.
Welcome to Tony McGee's Pro Football Plus. For 15 weeks or so, we've been talking about this team, talking about how bad they are, how good they are. And when it happens in a season and it happens on a show like this, we start telling other things, but we have them relate to the moment. Now, when this is my son, Solomon, very knowledgeable, played basketball, did everything, but he always watched football. And when they would ever get in trouble, and this is to my mother, may her soul rest in peace, she would say, don't tear up your face. You're going to straighten up your face. You're going to go
straighten up your face. You're going to get it together. And you're going to go finish the rest of your day.
And we're going to have a good day. So what I'm telling to you, Redskin players, as we interview you, straighten up your face. Wear your jersey. Take a picture because you won't have it next year. Okay, so when we're going to talk about that a little bit, and the teams are not doing well, you're looking at around the league, and you just think about it. There's teams right now in Big Zo, teams right now that could have made the playoffs that had the same record of 3 or 4 weeks ago that Washington had.
Well, Paul, first of all, big ups to the crew. Donna, I see you. I see you, Mike. What's going on? I was able to sneak in here and be with the guru of football, but it's just, we were at that game, and one thing me and Donna said, that even with the camaraderie, what they've caused, it looked like a Christmas tree at that game. That's how many. Donna. That's how many. That's how many Eagle fans were there. Am I lying, Donna?
You are absolutely right. I thought we were in Philly for a minute.
And we used to have that problem, and Mike, it seemed like we had finally straightened that up. I even remember a year before last when we had the alumni, it was more people there from the other team than us. Now we've gone back to somewhere. Let's start talking about what we're doing now and looking around the league a little. Mike, if you take a look at this team, And you look at the different things. Now, in that last game, they did show a little heart in the first half. But at the same time, does this team need to clean it out and start over? Now, I'll tell you why I say that. I went to New England way back in the day, maybe 74. And as I went to New England, we had won about 6 games, 2 or 3 games. And they went to New England, and that coach got rid of everybody but 7 players, and we turned the team. We went from 2-14 to 14-2. Is that what they need here, Mike?
Well, you know, what's really interesting about what you're saying, Tony, I must have anticipated this question because I looked at their overall stats in the league, but Andy Pollin has a phenomenal show on ESPN radio from 9 to 11 every day. And he always talks about the Commanders first before he goes into other sports and what have you. And he had a really interesting take on the Commanders. He said, you know, they obviously have a rushing game. They're 4th in the league in rushing. Let's not talk about the passing, but they're 4th in rushing. Their actual competent pass blocking is 17th out of 32 teams in PFF efficiency. So they've got their offensive line, and they can pass block. I mean, they can do obviously better. But Andy said they've got to devote all their resources to the defense because this team is 31st in the league in yards allowed and 32nd in the league in yards allowed per pass. Essentially, they're getting torched. So I went back and I looked at Ron Rivera's last year with Sam Howell at quarterback when they were 4-13. Do you know that defense looks exactly like this defense in terms of stats? So you're right, Tony. I think they need to clean out your defense, but I think they have the basis for a decent offense when Jaden comes back.
Well, you know, two things with that guy. Now, you got to jump on this.
I ain't gonna let Mike.
Don't shoot. He told the truth now. Let's go.
I cannot let Mike go, but I agree with some points as far as what he made because I was biting at the bit to jump in here after Mike talked. But I agree that the offensive side of the ball seemed to be put together, although I think that they still need to bring in another wide receiver. But when you look at the defensive side of the ball, I don't think that you need to clean house, Tony. New England was a different situation because I don't think that you need to get rid of everybody on the defensive side of the ball or just have 7 players on this team because I think that you have some good players on the defense that you need to keep in place. You just need to add a few more bodies up front where you don't seem to have a solid pass rush. It's not consistency up there on the front. And as we talked about, you have to be in the trenches when building your team on both sides of the ball. And I think they finally got the offensive side. They've got to sign Larry Tunsil back. That's a big key guy that has been solid all season. But up front, Tony, you definitely have to work on the defensive side, a mean pass rusher, somebody that can get to the quarterback. And also, you got to look at other areas of that defense. But, Tony, this week, it's been some injuries. Sam Cosmi is not going to play against the Cowboys because he had a concussion. They put him on IR. And then Mariota won't play probably this week because of the hand injury where he got stitches and, a quad injury. But, Tony, I had a chance to catch up with Josh Johnson, who will probably be the starting quarterback this week, and just wanted to play a little bit of what he had to say today.
Does it help that second week this week that you've been able to get your feet a little wet, being in last week, and now that you're working with the first team, does it help a little bit more this week?
Yeah, it just eliminates all the little nuances, that a lot of people take for granted. Something as simple, like I was saying earlier, them guys hearing my cadence. Now they can kind of play in the game, like see things a little bit similar to me. We could talk through things a little bit more versus going in the game. Really, I'm just trying to pick up where Marcus left off, and you know what I mean. And it's not too much I can kind of say dictate or whatever because like we was in the fourth quarter of the game, the end of the game, and everybody was already in the flow of the game. I'm trying to get caught up to speed to them. This week, just trying to go through the process and be as, intentional with everything as possible so we can go out there and, play fast and play well.
And how And how has Marcus this week already helped you along a little bit?
Marcus been great all year, man. Like, he just always helpful. Marcus one of the nicest people you would meet in this world. Got a great heart, and I'm just appreciative of him just to be around him every day.
Nice? When did they start playing nice football?
He said be around him, Tony.
One of the nicest? That's the
He
worst.
said nice to be around Tony.
Oh,
He
no,
said
we gonna get down.
nice to be around Tony.
Oh, yeah, all right, we got to be. I'm nice and nasty. Come on, man. Come on now. I don't even want to hear that. I'm gonna tell you what. You said don't get rid of everybody. Why did you just talk about the defensive line when they got a defensive backfield that's invisible?
I said I started up front, Tony. I started up front and then I went to the back end.
Did you ever hear it say back?
Look, first of all, let's welcome in the greatness and the one that's gonna probably cool this whole segment
got
off.
cold in the
What's
room.
up, number 84?
It got cold in the
On,
room.
G-Smooth? What's going on, Mr. Clark?
Not too much. I'm sitting here listening to the experts talk about, the Commanders and what they need to do. You, Mike, and Donna, and Tony. You guys are the experts, and I'm just listening to what you guys are commenting.
What you put Donna's name in there for?
Because he know, Tony. He know.
Because I know she'd say that if I didn't put her name in there.
But all jokes aside, I'm gonna just be honest, and this is one thing, and we all joking, but at the end of the day, just like with the NBA and the basketball game, I'm gonna just bring it up. I've been a starter before, but I've been a sixth man. Your sixth man is just like Westbrook and others six men in the league. They're expected to come off the bench and play just like a starter if a starter gets hurt. That's one thing why we have to clean house. And I'm going to just give a shout out. Thank you, Adam Peterson. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Magic. Thank you, Bob, for what y'all have got us on the journey to by drafting Jaden Daniels, getting players. We got to do that again this year because that's what I was able to notice and me and Donna noticed. Our bench is not good. Our sixth man is not good. So if anybody gets hurt or if anything occurs, we are totally thrown off. And that's what I was just, we got to get some more players in. Starters, but our backups aren't good. Like that's what we're able to see with all the injuries we got right now. Like me and Dad was saying, these are the guys that's showing like a sixth man. I could start or play. A lot of these guys are 11th man. That's what to me. That's how far down the bench they are. Because
that means they don't play on the team.
So I'm just like, that's what we're talking about. We got to get some players.
And I kind of agree with him on that, but I want to go to the cool now. G, we got a couple of good receivers. We know Scary Terry's the man. We got some receivers that years ago or a few years ago, they were top flight. But now they seem to come in here and make a good play and a bad play. Tell me your assessments of the receivers this year, and who should they go in the draft after a big one?
In terms of receivers this year, quite honestly, I give them, if I'm taking the whole season in, I give them like a B-, quite honestly, because it hasn't necessarily been the offense has been slowing everything down. The defense has just been wow. I mean,
yeah, it's been wow.
Terrible. Say it like you see it.
I mean, it's just, you can't give up. You just can't give up that many points all the time, and then give up at some point in the time. You can say that it almost seems like they just give up on the game. That's never a good thing. But and again, I agree with Solomon that your people that are next in line should be as good or better than the people that start. That's just what it is. That's how you build great teams, and that's what we was able to do in the past when I played. That's how he built his team. Like the second team was just as good or better than the first team. And that's when you have a great football team, when you lose a starter and you don't miss a beat.
Yep.
Wait a minute, y'all posse, y'all know about that.
That's just crazy, man. We lost Art Monk, right? And we didn't miss
exactly.
And Art Monk, the best receiver, and along with Charlie Taylor and Bobby Mitchell and Redskins commander history, talking about the best.
And Gary Clark, man, don't leave your $6.99 and you not in yet. I'm kind of pissed. I'm kind of pissed at myself. We're gonna have to take a break now.
I'm getting ready to put together, Tony, a team of people to rally of why Gary is not in yet.
Please do it. Get us on in, and we're gonna get that happening. But when we come back, we're going to talk about, did y'all hear Donna talking about the offensive line is okay?
The offensive line is Tony.
Now, you tell me they're okay and the quarterback running. We done got 2 quarterbacks hurt already. So that line ain't doing the job.
Fault.
When we come back, if Donna keep talking about that, we're going to get some new personnel next week. We'll be back in the morning.
It will not be me.
I hope you got your snacks and you come back. I hope we don't make you throw up because some of the things we're going to say you may not like. At the same time, I go back to G. G, you in witness protection there?
They did something bad. Look at how they got G with the light down. They got him in witness protection.
You don't want them to know what you say or who said it, but no. All joking aside, G, if we talk about that and we take a look, and I was asking you, do you see these receivers? Yes, they make plays, but then they'll do something that older receivers do, or older players. And I tell you what, you both know yourself. When you play football or any sport, and you know it too, Solomon, one day you good. I remember one day I was going up pass rushing and fast. The next day I saw it on film. I couldn't run out of sight in a week. I don't know what happened to that. So, G, tell me, do they need to keep these receivers or start over with them?
Honestly, I think the receiving core is okay. I think they can move forward with it. I think once you get into a type of situation that the team is right now, then leadership needs to come up and play a part in why you win football games. Right now, they're in a slump, and no leadership is taking place to make sure that they get out of that slump. There's got to be a reason why you want to be able to come and play the way that you play. And other than your stars like Terry, like from a receiver standpoint, Terry gets right back in and starts making plays. But even then, you're looking at Terry having maybe, a 30, 40 catch season, maybe, so it's just been a bad year all the way around. And sometimes you just have bad years, like 1988 when we played, we sucked. We sucked. We just came off a Super Bowl year and we sucked the next year, like completely sucked. But a lot of those players were still good and came in. Like I had like one of my worst years ever in 1988. So you've probably been saying the same thing about me because I didn't catch a lot of balls in 1988. But I came back in 99 and had a great year. So
G, let me ask you a question. Do you think this may be a factor? Do you think maybe having an actual full training camp with Scary Terry and Debo, the fact that we didn't have Scary Terry in training camp and we didn't pick Debo up until, you think that may help out where it may be more of a connection and a healthy Jalen and possibly a McCaffrey coming back? Because I just thought about it. Did they really have did they really have a training camp together, G, to learn what they need to learn?
I just don't think the training camps anymore are really good, period. I think because you don't really practice anymore in training camp. You don't hit in training camp anymore. And unfortunately, football is a game of hitting. As a receiver, I got to learn how to take a hit and take a hit and take a hit. So I get used to taking a hit. Unfortunately, we did just go dark. And I am in witness protection.
Right. Now we can see your face.
Hold up before they see who's saying something, G. We don't want you to tell on yourself, G.
So back out of it, but at the end of the day, but no, I mean, I truly do think it's up to those guys who want to win football games and to be embarrassed when they lose. And right now, I don't think the team's embarrassed when they lose. I think they're fine with it. They don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they're not trying to win, but they don't hate to lose. Yeah. And until you hate to lose, you don't win football games. Just kind of what it is.
No question. I got one more question for you, Mike, on the offense. Don't worry, we're going to talk about the defense as well. But do we still, Mike?
Yeah, we should.
Every team that's in the playoffs, you see two things. You see a good defense and a running game. And I just don't think we addressed the running game correctly when we got rid of Robinson and didn't bring nobody, no bruiser in. This team has always been recognized as being a bruising team. No matter how good you receivers look and everything, you're going to run down their throat. Do you think, Mike, that they could go after a running back in the draft, a game breaker?
They only have 5 draft picks, Tony, which is a little scary. And I'm sure they're going to take their number 1, and they're probably going to trade that maybe for a second and a third. so they can have 6, maybe 7 picks. But no, I agree, Tony. Losing Robinson was tough, but these 3 guys, I'm telling you, that they're 4th in the league, Tony, in rushing. How much of that is scheme, though? How much of that is the offensive coordinator? I think Solomon and Donna saw it a lot closer than I did. They have a running game. They're the 4th best in the league. I just don't know what to say beyond that. They can't hurt to add one more running back. That's for sure.
Well,
Tony, the thing about it is, you said, do they need another running back? They lost Robinson. It doesn't matter who they have on their squad if they don't run the ball, Tony. They don't, unless Mike said, if they're 4th in the league in running the ball, that's good for the Commanders team that don't run the ball enough. The last 2 weeks is the first time that I've seen them run the ball as much as they have all season long. So if you don't put the ball in their hands, because they're pass happy for the most part, because that's Kingsbury's offense as far as play action. They don't even go down the field enough with their wide receivers. But again, with the running game, I know that Coach Quinn was talking about early on them running the ball a little bit more. And like the last 2 weeks is the first time that I've seen them running the ball. So I think that they're okay, because Eckler, they lost him at the beginning of the year, but they said this week on TV that the Commanders had the most injuries in the whole league. So we got to look at that played a lot, like Solomon said. When training camp, you don't have Terry in training camp. If you had all those bodies in there, it may be a different story. But when you look at the amount of injuries at key positions for this Commanders team, it's going to be some hiccups. And as Gary and Solomon said, you've got to do a better job in the draft with those second-tier players in key positions to get them here, Tony.
Man, don't talk about no injuries to me. Did all 11 people get hurt on defense?
I didn't even want to go there, Tony, because I'm trying to be nice.
Yeah, some of them players out there act like they can't play dead. And I'm going to tell you what, I don't want injuries don't mean anything.
Hey, Tony, but if you lose 3 people up front on defense and they were your starters, it is going to be a shift in what that defense front does. Armstrong, your leading pass rusher. Wise, you lose him, and then you use Baptiste. I know y'all say about the other players coming in, but those were some heavy hitters that you lost also.
But you know what, Mike, if she talking about losing players, did the 3 players they bring in, did they get paid on Monday?
Ooh, good.
Yes, they did.
Okay, that's all I need. I rest my case.
Hey, Tony, you know that it's a different, though. It's a difference.
You know what they call that? They call that amicus curiae.
A lot of people get paid, Tony.
Okay, let it go. Let it go, Donna. Talk to me, Mike.
Well, I know what I want to say is, Donna, I want to commend Donna for what she did today. She drove all the way to Commander's Park, and she got comments from all the players about what their wishes for the new year and their Christmases are going to be about. And nobody else did that today. And so hopefully she's going to share some of those comments with us, but it'll bring a lighter fare to the whole thing. And we can sort of start thinking about next year and how this team is going to go back.
We still got 2 games of throwing up. We can't think about next year yet. And what you talking about, she took some Christmas stuff. She's supposed to be talking about playoffs.
Hey, Tony, but the thing about it is the holiday season. So let's go to Commanders headquarters, as Mike said, to keep it a little lighter before we throw you under the Christmas tree. So this Christmas season coming up, what are you most thankful for?
I'm thankful for a lot of things. Thankful just to be here. Definitely a blessing, and I'm just thankful for just God just putting all these amazing things around me. So I'm thankful for a lot for sure.
If you have one thing that you would want to give someone, what would it be?
I would say it would be a win.
A win against the Dallas Cowboys and against the Eagles in the final game?
Yeah, that'll make my holiday. That'll make it the best so far. So,
okay.
Yeah, my first Christmas game too. So,
ooh, what are you looking forward to your first Christmas game too? Mine's too.
I have my whole family coming out. Like, they coming from Bama to spend Christmas up here. They gonna come to the game. We're gonna open presents out there, and like, it's gonna be fun. Like, I'm super excited, and like, it's gonna be amazing. Like, I feel like this is gonna be like the best Christmas yet.
Hey, Kane, during this holiday season, as we're approaching that, you all play on Christmas Day. What are you most thankful for this Christmas?
Yeah, I think just my family, the amount of support and sacrifice that they've made along the way for me to get here, and they continue to come out to a lot of games, especially my mom, my dad. So, just being able to have family around this Christmas will mean a lot, and that's what I'm most thankful for.
If you had one gift to get or give, what would it be?
Yeah, I think a gift to give would be just like my time, and that's just kind of in every aspect. Time in charity, time with the public, time with my family. Just being able to give quality time to people that matter most to me and that I love most. And then probably what I would want, just be able to kick my feet up, man, and go. That's the gift I want. Just to let's go away somewhere. Let's go on vacation, kick feet up, relax for a while. That's kind of not really into. Don't want anything this year material-wise. I think I just want to go create memories with my loved ones. So.
Okay, Christmas is just around the corner. Ho, ho, ho. What do you like about the holiday coming up, and what are you most thankful for?
Well, December is just a special month in general. I was born in December. Christmas is in December. Christmas is big and special for me. I'm a big family guy. I come from a big family. I'm thankful for the opportunity to be here, thankful for the opportunity to play the game I love. I'm thankful that I was called according to this purpose, and I think what I want for this holiday season for everyone is to adopt an animal out of the shelter and provide them with a long, loving life and a happy home for the holidays. So.
Okay, fans, like he said, he wants you all to adopt and love a pet. Adopt that needed animal. Kids these days don't believe in Santa and whatever. How old were you when you said, I ain't no Santa boy, or did you just pretend for a long time?
To this day, I still pretend.
Jacob Martin believes in Santa still.
Yes, I think you should. I think it's important. I think it allows you to truly embody the holiday spirit, right? Whether you're giving or receiving a gift, it allows you to give with your whole heart or receive with your whole heart, I think. So that's something I'll always hold near and dear to my heart.
Okay, so favorite song of all time, Christmas song that you like?
Silent Night by the Temptations.
Whoa, you're talking about my era. The Temptations had the best album of all time. And Jacob, I ain't even gonna make you sing your favorite song.
Why not?
Oh no. Okay. Could you just give me a few beats?
I don't know if I can make my voice go that deep to sing.
I just want a little bit. Since you said why not?
Silent night. Holy night. That's all I know, Frank.
All right. There you go. Open up Apollo.
Yeah.
I didn't hear nobody wish for a job next year. Hold on. I didn't hear that on the wish list.
Exactly.
I hope I still have my locker as a commander.
And Donnie Hathaway, this Christmas. We'll be back in a moment.
Hi. Welcome home. It's Michelle Van Allen from Van Allen Real Estate. I am over 20 years experienced in this real estate game. We all know that right now this market takes an experienced agent to get you what you need. All of you sellers, if you're considering putting your house on the market, please give me a call. I'd be more than happy to sit down and talk to you to find out where you place in this market. Hey, you first-time home buyers, remember, right now is the perfect time. It's a buyer's market to get you into your first dream home. Hey, you investors, this is an amazing time to invest. If you ever thought about it, give me a call. We can talk about it. We can talk about specific properties that are on your radar and mine. Give me a call. I'd be more than happy to welcome you into the Van Allen Real Estate team. I look forward to talking to you soon.
Here, as we always do, talking about our sports challenge. And with us today is Michelle of Van Allen Real Estate. Hey, Michelle, welcome to the house.
Yay, Donna! Go Commanders! Yay!
Let's get to it because you have a lot to tell us. If you don't know her, she is the person to go to in the DMV if you're looking for your real estate needs. And I want to give her this opportunity to talk about her business and what she brings to the table. So with the real estate market being what it is these days and everything, you work in all the markets, the DMV, Virginia, Maryland.
That's right. That's right. And let's jump right in. So let's talk about real estate as it is right now today in this climate and temperature, and specifically in the DMV. So the DMV, of course, as most know, is one of the most fluid markets out there. We have a constant, well, actually, we were ranked in the top 3 markets as far as investment, development, growth, and economic wealth for this area. And that covers, of course, D, the District of Columbia, M, Maryland, and V, Virginia. So it covers a wide base, almost a tri-state area of real estate. And each has its own unique characteristic when it comes to real estate. So let's just focus right now on the District of Columbia. The District of Columbia is a very insulated market. It has, of course, the inflection of the political regime every 4 years that comes and goes. So we're kind of in a bubble environment where maybe the rest of the country is hit with the economic throes of or in the real estate world. But here in the DMV, it's really a little different. It's constantly moving. You constantly have opportunities of investors, of folks that are living long-term, short-term. So it really projects what the rest of the country can expect in terms of what's going on or what's moving around the nation's capital. Right now, what's going on in this particular area, we're seeing a lot of development, a lot of answers to the housing crisis. Yes, people, there is a housing crisis out there. We have a need for housing. So big developers have flooded this area to build in both the city and the suburbs of the District of Columbia, the nation's capital, in the Maryland and DC environment. So we have a lot of single family homes. So that opens opportunity for first time home buyers into this realm. It also opens opportunities for first responders, for teachers, and the lenders in this area have really done a good job to match opportunity for buyers as a means of drawing in those potential buyers in this area. So
what makes you the go-to person? Because they can have multiple people they can pick from, but to me, you are the go-to person. Why is that?
Well, for one thing, I am so grateful, and all thanks be to God, that I am in the top 10% in the metropolitan area. So I cover a wide range of opportunities there. I come to the table when I represent sellers, oftentimes with buyers that I've gotten pre-qualified that may not have qualified initially or within the past 12 months. And I sort of house them or put them in an environment where we're working on their credit. We get their credit strong enough so that when they do reach that 12-month period, hey, they're ready to buy. And oftentimes they are ready to buy in a higher price point than what they thought they could. That says a lot. That says that, hey, I'm going to represent you as a seller, and I'm coming to the table with a list of buyers that would qualify for the purchase of your property. On the flip side of that, we've got the buyers, of course, who may not qualify at that time. And as I said, I get them positioned so that they can qualify to purchase down the road. So I represent on both sides, buyers and sellers. And for all the reasons that I described in this DMV, it's a wonderful opportunity because they are addressing, unlike certain areas, countrywide, they're addressing the housing crisis. So for me being unique to that, that's what really makes me sought after. So 90% of my clients come from referral, and that says a lot. I work for a number of the agencies in the DMV and also the embassies. I represent several embassies. They in turn refer me to, as you can imagine, a wealth of clientele, and I'm so appreciative for it. And just the other day, I was listening to someone that didn't know I was kind of ear hustling, and the things they said about my attentiveness to them and me being very personable with them, it made me feel, Donna, it really gave me the confirmation that I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing the right thing. I do international as a result of working with several of the embassies and just really good connects. Most people that know me in this area, they know that I'm pretty connected. I sit on a lot of different committees and some heavy hitters are in there. I am grateful to be in the room, let alone at the table.
That she is the person that really knows this market. She knows how to operate in getting you the best deals, to give you the information that you need.
That's right.
To find your first time home, if you're trying to sell your home. I mean, I've been kind of like bending her ear with my own situation, but that's the reason why I said you want an experienced person who really knows this market. And again, she's across the DMV, Maryland, Virginia, and
DC.
DC.
And also, Donna, I'd like to say this if I can. I am right now, the buzz is going about me because I'm working on several development deals internationally. Of course, most people knew that I did deals in Dubai. But I'm also working on deals in Ghana, Africa, St. Thomas. And those are international areas where you want to have someone that is domestic, that you can relate to, and that knows the pros and cons and what to look out for. So there's the international piece, the development piece, of course. You'll see my name on a couple of development deals here. I have my own development deal that I'm raising funds for to build a assisted living facility. So those are all types of situations that I have my hand in. And I'm just grateful to be able to be well-versed in and have my roots from this DMV area.
You said something about building a community home as far as that. Could you talk a little bit more about that?
So
that's huge. That's you're imparting back into the community, not just what you do for Van Allen Real Estate, but you really are impacting the community that you live in.
I appreciate that, Donna. And that's a good point because I absolutely do give back. I give back in every way that is possibly available to me, whether that be mentoring, whether it be sitting in, or whether in fact for my own community, developing an assisted living facility on a property, on a family, I should say, estate. So I am looking to develop this family-owned property into a 22-unit assisted living facility.
She's your person to go to, but again, she's your person to go to for Sports Challenge.
And we got that coming up as we shift gears a little bit. The Sports Challenge week number 16, Van Allen. I mean, they're still in the mix of trying to win this, but what have you enjoyed about the Sports Challenge before we get your picks on the dime here, right here? What have you enjoyed this season as the Commanders have 3 games to go? I know you're a big Commanders fan. But
of course.
What have you enjoyed about the Sports Challenge and being a part of that this year, on Tony McGee's Pro Football Plus?
Listen, I have to say, I listen to you guys and I love the interaction. I love the commitment to the Commanders. We've had some challenges this season. We really have. And, we hung in there. We did our best. We showed up.
Let's get your picks before we wrap this up. This week, Sunday night, right here on the spot, the Patriots at the Ravens. I know the Ravens are just up the road, but who you see in that game? The Ravens are still trying to get into the playoffs.
I know. The Ravens, I do love the Ravens. So that's of course my second go-to.
But I tell people, don't pick with your heart.
That's right. That's right. I'm going with the Ravens.
Okay.
I'm going with the Ravens.
And Monday night, you got the 49ers at the Colts. The 49ers have been quietly just winning.
You know what? I don't know. That's a hard one there. And I only say it's a hard one because my heart wants, you said don't pick with your emotions.
Don't pick with your heart.
Don't pick with your heart. All right. Well, I'm going with the 49ers. I'm going with the 49ers. That's
so it. You heard it, fans. You heard it right here. Van Allen Real Estate, the person to go to for your real estate needs. Flipping the DMV is going for the Ravens and the 49ers.
In my take on the NFL news this week, early in the NFL season, I called the National Football League the NIL, the National Injury League, and that is exactly what it is. Andy Pollin of ESPN Radio had an interesting take on the increase in injuries this season, especially among marquee players. He played a clip of RG3 commenting on the plethora of injuries in the league. Robert Griffin feels that all the soft tissue injuries like Achilles, hamstrings, and so on might be attributed to the shoes the players are wearing. They are designed like the game to be faster, but not necessarily stronger. RG3 might be onto something, especially given he was a track star. Could Washington sign Robert Griffin III to be a backup this week? Never happened, though his style might fit Cliff Kingsbury's scheme more than that of quarterback Jeff Driscoll, who was signed off the Cardinals practice squad to be the backup for Josh Johnson this week. Speaking of injuries, the playoff ratings will take a hit this year. No Joe Burrow, no Patrick Mahomes, most likely no Lamar Jackson, no Jaden Daniels, no Daniel Jones, and maybe not even Jordan Love. This has to be Josh Allen's year. Matthew Stafford and Josh Allen are the only top-tier quarterbacks standing. Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Brock Purdy, Sam Darnold are possibilities. Throw in Drake May and Caleb Williams for good measure, but with no Mahomes and no Taylor Swift at halftime, I can't believe they didn't take her up on her offer. The Super Bowl will take a nosedive, and I'm telling you, a big one. The Packers' Micah Parsons will have his ACL surgery after Christmas and will begin his 9-month rehab before his return to NFL action. Jordan Love suffered a concussion Sunday and left the game. He might not be cleared to play for a game or two. The Packers may be in a playoff pickle, with Malik Willis, who was also injured in the game, unable to go because he suffered a shoulder injury. It has been reported that the confrontation between Steelers receiver DK Metcalf and a Lions fan was apparently not the first time these two have butted heads. Nonetheless, the league has a strict rule about fan-player confrontations, especially those in the stands, so look for at least a 1-game suspension for Metcalf this week. The Bill Belichick rumors are returning once again, but this time they're popping up in Tampa Bay. Todd Bowles and the Bucks have gone 1-6 of late and have pretty much surrendered the NFC North to the Panthers. If Bowles gets fired, he will have any number of suitors. I hope the Commanders and Adam Peters will have the wisdom to lure him here to coach the defense. Tennessee Titan rookie quarterback Cam Ward had his best game of the season on Sunday against Kansas City. He was 21 of 28 with 2 touchdowns. He's had 2 touchdowns in the last 3 games. I think they have a keeper. Now what happens to their head coach this season? I would retain head coach Brian Callahan, but that's just me. Finally, the Steelers can clinch the AFC North with a win in one of their last 2 games. But if Lamar Jackson can return from a back injury this week, it may all come down to the final game of the year, and boy, will that be a good one. That's NFL News.
Looking for top-notch sports officials who know the game inside and out? The Greater Potomac Officials Association, GPOA, proudly serves the military community throughout our region, with nearly 90% of our officials being military retirees, active duty service members, or guardsmen. We bring unmatched discipline, professionalism, and integrity to every contest. From youth leads to adult alumni, our officials cover it all. Want to learn more about GPOA or bring our officials to your program? Contact owner and CEO Earl Teller III at 202-498-2032 or email him at gr8rpotomac@comcast.net.
The one-of-a-kind joy of Kellogg's cereal and ice-cold milk.
Now, you know, we've been having a lot with Rick Irvis doing each and every week this year, and we do that for a simple reason. We want you guys to improve your lifestyle. Now, you're probably saying, how can a guy sit up there with his stomach looking like that? See that? Well, I'm getting ready to start working out again, but he did some interesting things, Solomon. See, you're a young man, so tell me a little bit about it. I guess last time I worked out, my beard was black.
Well, it kind of looked like, I'm going to ask you, Donna, was that kind of like a circuit type of training where they had you doing different intervals and different things on different muscles?
Absolutely, Solomon, and I'm going to bring you in to go right into letting you, Tony, get ready for 2026.
Hey guys, we're doing 4 quarters just to let you know this is one of my workouts I love to do during this time. And it's like 4 exercises in each quadrant, hence the word 4 quarters. Football player, I like to get down like that. But it's a great workout, man. It's a cardio workout. Yeah, keep those on. There you go. You feel that in your hands?
I feel it.
Right now she's doing RDL's hamstring workout. There you go. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I just got off the bike. So if I sound out of breath, I am. But now we got push-ups. And then when I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna involve my shoulders, doing like lateral raise and push-ups. One of the things a friend of mine showed me about what they do in the military. All right. Damn. Out. 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 Damn. When it's this quiet, I don't know what to do. Because I'm used to music everywhere I go. It's this silence everywhere. But that's one of the things I'm definitely going to teach her is how to breathe. That's Deborah, when I see her. Because that's so important. Is that breathing. Out. Damn. Out. Damn. Out. Damn. Out. Damn. Out.
Come on.
Out there. All right, that's it.
And Ricky, what is this working?
Working tricep, shoulders, and a little bit core at the same time.
And a lot of cardio.
Absolutely.
That was tough.
I tell you what, that was tough.
Yeah, that's like that circuit training. That was tough.
Do you still do a lot of that?
Not like that, but to some degree.
Not like that. That's right around the league. We ain't playing like some of the teams down there. And you know what? Looking at that workout, that's one thing you see with these teams, as I said, going into the playoffs. They got good defense, and they're in shape. And I tell you, that's so important.
Yeah, Tony, definitely. So you know what? Our sports bar challenge, Tony, is coming up because, woo, it's starting to heat up. Well, as you see this, Tony, it is pretty tight going across the board because we've got a three-way tie between Crystal City Pub at 18-14. We've got Crystal City Restaurant. Hey, Billy, you stand in the race right at the top, 18-14. And then we've got the Glory Days at 18-14, GPOA 16-16, and also Van Allen Real Estate 16-16. So this race is close. And on Sunday night, Crystal City was the only one, and Van Allen that took the Ravens. What a heartbreaker, because the Patriots came back in the fourth quarter and laid it on heavy and won that game and clinched that division. And Tony, when you look at Monday night, you've got the 49ers and the Colts. Talk about the 49ers, Tony, because they seem to be just sneaking up quietly on everybody.
You know what I like about them is they're doing it with injured players, and they're doing it very quietly. Now, I've been for them the last 3 years and was about to give up on them, but I see that grit that they had before. Very dangerous team because of the physicality that they have, as well as they getting their players back.
Well, Tony, I want to go right to our picks too, because you're talking about being heated too. Is our picks, because we've got a four-way tie in the picks also.
You know she penciled us.
I didn't pencil you all because Tony, you're at 45-30. Gary came from nowhere.
Let's go, G.
45-30 because he was in last place. And then Mike is at 45-30. It's Solomon 45-30, and me in last place. Hard to believe, but let's go around the league a little.
Wait, you didn't give us your score.
42-33. I'm only 3 back. We still got time.
Well, with 2 games left, that don't sound too good, does it?
Tony, we go up to the playoffs. Don't try to throw a curve this time, but let's jump right in here. The first game, the Lions at the Vikings. Solomon, I'm going right to you. The Lions still can get in the playoffs after losing that heartbreaker. I know that you picked the Vikings. Why do you like the Vikings over the Lions this week?
I just feel like injuries with the Lions. I just saw their offensive line, and that's one of the reasons why they were struggling in this game, whether it was a close game or not. And I just feel like the Vikings have a pretty good with Jonathan Allen, a former Commander, looking good again, just like Montez Sweat of the Bears. They got a pretty good defensive line. I think they're just going to be a little bit too much for the Lions offensive line, so I picked the Vikings.
And Gary, the Texans and the Chargers played this week, and everybody but me is going for the Texans. All of a sudden, they got their starting quarterback back. What do you like about the Texans at this stage of the game? I think they got 11 wins.
Yeah, they just have their winning streak. They haven't lost in a long time. So I'm going with their momentum. They got the momentum to head into the playoffs doing it the right way. So, I mean, I like the momentum. They haven't lost in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, they're surprising everybody. And Mike, I'm going to stay with the Ravens with you against the Packers. The Ravens lost Lamar Jackson in that Sunday night game, back injury. Don't know if he'll be back. Ravens need to win if they got even a chance. And even the Packers, I saw that Mike, you picked the Ravens in this one. Why do you like the Ravens still in this one?
Well, because first of all, Jordan Love is going to be out with a concussion. And I love this kid, Malik Willis, that everybody gave up on. And finally, we got to see him play, and he got hurt. So it was his throwing shoulder. So I think he'll be out. Their third string quarterback. I mean, I know the Packers are good, but the Ravens will find a way to win this game.
And Tony, I'm going to bring us back up because the last game I'm going to throw out there is the Eagles and the Bills. The Bills needing to win. What do you think about that as you take us out?
Well, I think that the Eagles will win. That the Bills right now are showing that they're vulnerable. They down to the same way Kansas City was. One man makes the one team, and you can't have that. You got to have a team make a team. So if I look at that right there, I think the Eagles will do fine. But at the same time, we don't never say goodbye, and I know it's time, and I want to talk some more. So we'll be back next week. We don't go all the way up to the playoffs, even though we're not in it. But one thing we will say is, in the minute.
Oh, Merry Christmas!
The one-of-a-kind joy of Kellogg's cereal and ice-cold milk.